It's just drinking live on your computer.
Woo-hoo.
We're really here. It's us. You can tell
us.
because we're not holograms,
real.
really.
Not very sure.
Well, we're not sure about Royer, but I'm not a hologram, so we're here. Make sure as you guys are coming in, we're going to be talking about some rum news tonight, but make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button.
We're going to be drinking some rum.
We're going to be talking about all kinds of good stuff. You got to hit that thumbs up. It lets more people know we're talking about rum and then gets more people drinking rum because that's literally our one goal in life is to get people to drink more rum and try more rum.
Spreading the good news.
It's really what we're all about.
Good word.
The good word.
Rum.
The good word of rum. So let's see who we got here in the comments today.
Who do we have in the house tonight, Robert?
Jeremy is first. Hello, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
We got Alfredo Pena from Everglades White Lightning Rum.
White Lightning.
Glad to have you. Greg is here. How you doing, Greg? Making some drinks.
I never had.
Greg is the best cup of coffee you never had. You're way behind the times, Royer. We got Fred in the house. Hello, Fred. We've got Tony is here.
Awesome.
How you doing, Tony? Waiting on spring. Tony is waiting on spring. We're waiting on spring too. It was 50 today.
It's a long wait.
50 degrees.
I was excited. I almost didn't go back to work.
It's basically summer for us. So pretty excited about 50 degrees. It was pretty amazing. Felt really good.
Almost went to the beach.
I love it. Let's see. Doc here from Doc Really Bad Rum. Doc's Really Bad Rum. Here drinking some really bad rum mojitos.
Very nice. Very nice.
I love it. So looks like we got some Rum Club members thanking Doc. Doc just sent out a shipment to the Rum Club members. I'll give the spiel real quick. If you guys haven't checked out the links down below, we got our links to our Rum Club. Just go read it. Just go check it out. We worked really hard. We took a poll. Goodness. We took a poll on everybody in Rum Club, and they are all ecstatic because rum has been going out every month. I tell you guys in the Rum Club thing that you're getting it quarterly, but right now we have so many rum companies that are sending rum to the Rum Club members that every month you're just getting rum sent to the door. So that's how Rum Club's going. In case anybody was wondering,
they're pretty happy.
Yeah, it just keeps coming, and we just keep trying. So it's amazing. We're loving it right now and having a ton of fun. So make sure you check that out.
It's a blast.
Let's see here. So we got hello,
Zachary's in the house.
Sean, Carlos, Zachary, everybody's here. Zachary's still working, but we're glad you made it anyway. I love it. I love the emojis. The hot dog, he never forgets. Zachary never forgets. One of these days, I'm going to show back up in the hot dog suit or the pickle suit. I just haven't in a really long time, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure where the hot dog suit is. We're going to get you a shark suit. I think we can do that. We can get you a shark suit. Thank you so much for the likes. Thanks, Sean. Awesome job on the Rum Club. Get busy, guys. Yes, we are
working on it.
We are always getting more stuff for you guys on Doc, like to come in. We're having a hard time scheduling it right now.
Thank you to Alfredo Pena for sending out his Everglades White Lightning rum.
Speaking of distillers who are more than happy to share their rum with the world, Alfredo got his Everglades White Lightning out to our Rum Club members.
Speedy fast.
Super fast. And this month, actually, we're going to be having him on, because it's the first now. He's going to be joining us for this month's Rum Club, and we'll be doing a sip-along with him. I don't know what day it is yet. It'll be at the end of the month. It's usually the last Sunday of the month, around the last Sunday of the month, depending. Second to
and I think he's going to be joining us.
Yes,
and we're going to get to talk to him.
It's going to be fun.
He's going to tell us about his company, his rum, and hopefully tell us more a little bit. I'm just like this Cafe Cubana.
Yes. Right.
This is awesome.
It's going to be amazing.
It's not even out yet.
Going to be amazing. So I'm super excited about that. Jeremy says, sorry we missed Sunday. Just so many things going on. It happens. That's okay.
Jeremy, we understand.
And that's okay because
we record those things,
record the Rum Club and then we post it into the Patreon afterwards so that you can come back and watch it. So you never miss anything. You never miss a beat. It's all good. Let's see here. We got... Only thing better than rum every month is full bottles every month. Just saying. Greg is giving us a hard time because they do come in sample bottles most of the time. We are working. One company will get you full bottles. We'll talk them into it. We'll get there. We're going to get there. So, obviously it costs a lot for those companies to give some of their products, ship it out. So we're super mindful, but we do always put it out there that if they want to send full bottles, we're not going to complain. So
we won't hold you back.
The Lightning was some good stuff. could not wait. Tony already dug into the White Lightning.
Tony already dug in.
I think a few people might have tasted a little bit of it, but I told you guys, save it because Alfredo's coming to hang out with us.
Going to join us,
so it's going to be awesome.
A tasting, right?
I love it.
Virtual tasting.
Mrs. Doc in the house tonight. We got Mrs. Doc Brown from Really Bad Rum.
The best part of Doc Brown's Really Bad Rum, right there.
Hope you're having an amazing evening tonight. Glad that you're here. As you guys are coming in, if you're new, introduce yourself. Let us know where you're from or what you're drinking. We love hearing from you. This is the most welcoming community in all of rum. You're gonna love it. And
judgment-free zone right here.
And speaking of what you're drinking, Royer, what do you got in the glass tonight?
So, I thought you'd never ask,
but I did.
So I am breaking out the Methuselah Grand Reserva 15. Right.
Ooh.
I'm enjoying this evening. Right?
And if you see one of these rums and you're like, wow, I don't know much about that rum, all these rums have been reviewed on our YouTube channel. We have hundreds of reviews for you to go look through.
We do actually have hundreds of reviews.
I am sporting the Plantation Isle of Fiji tonight. You'll remember this review as one that I don't
go to Fiji.
It's funny. I don't think I was particularly fond of this when I had it. But my palate's developed since then, and I get a lot of really great notes out of it. A lot of fun. And it just goes to show, the more you're drinking, the more you're expanding your palate, the more you get the chance to appreciate some of these more differentiated rums that are doing some different stuff. Made it really fun. My palate was just a little too new at the time we got into this. And now I can really appreciate it.
I'll try that after I get done.
A lot of fun floral, citrusy floral kind of feel going on to it, and I love it.
I would love to go to Fiji.
Yes,
it's one of those bucket list places.
I would also like to go to Fiji. So if you're offering a trip to Fiji, I would like to also participate.
We'll be happy to buy you a bottle from Fiji.
Okay.
Of rum.
Can the bottle be big enough to fit me in and ship me to Fiji?
Back to Fiji.
That would be preferable.
I'm just saying. I've actually dreamt about shipping you away.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have dreamt about shipping me away. I don't doubt that at all. I love it. We got 16 people in here. Make sure, again, if you guys haven't hit that thumbs up, it does help us out a ton. We love having you guys here. Appreciate you. And all these comments, you guys are amazing. We got some fun stuff we're going to be talking about in just a second.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, we're so glad that you guys are here talking about rum. This community, just real quick, hitting those thumbs ups, leaving comments, interaction, that's what helps us reach more people and gets the rum market to boost in the States here. Like, we're in Iowa, we're obviously worldwide on the channel, but it helps more people go out and find new rums, know people and when you guys are expressing interest, that's like the cool kid thing to do when like you guys are starting the fire and then everybody else wants to come see what's going on.
What's going on over here?
And then they're like, oh my goodness. And so they go try it too.
What are you drinking? Oh,
so we love it. It's super, super helpful. So I love it. Great rum selections. I love the Fiji. Mark, yeah, I'm really into it now. It took me, my palate wasn't there in the beginning of the show, but I do love it now. Having a Caribbean Sarzak tonight with a Falernum I made. I'll post the recipe in after hours. Yes,
please, Sean.
Sean's posting. Yes. Sean and Greg do a great job posting cocktail recipes in our Just Drinking After Hours Facebook group. So if you guys are looking for a little extra, maybe some recipes, maybe some extra articles, go check out our Facebook group there. You can go check that out. It's a lot of fun with just some extra stuff.
Put some great stuff out there.
Extra stuff outside the show. So let's talk about this for a second.
So you got your first article?
First article.
I have no idea what, just so everyone knows, we never really talk about what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Yes.
Because it's pretty much just like hanging out at the bar.
So
is what we're doing.
We are going to talk about the big one, because I like starting with the big one, because you guys deserve the big one, right? Like, I don't need to story. I don't build up to suspense. Like, I'm going to start. They're all big ones. They're all good, because the show just gets better with us drinking rum anyway. But I love this article. And this is, according to the latest available data from 2020, the top rum producing countries in the world.
The top rum producing countries
are
in the world.
Starting at number 5.
Number
5 biggest at 23.8 million liters of rum. We've got Spain.
Oh, okay.
Spain on the docket. Not bad, right? Not bad.
Way to bring up the,
bringing up the number 5.
Number 5.
Topping out the top out, right? Number 4 at 26.1 million liters.
So wait a minute. What was the first one at number 5?
Spain.
But how many liters?
Oh, 23.8. I was like, I just said it, Roy. How much rum have you had already? Like, this is already coming. The information,
memory's gone.
The information is coming out quickly here, but not that quickly.
Well, it is.
Okay.
It is.
So,
23 to 26.
Yes, 23.8 to 26.1 million liters. Number 4 is France. The French.
Really?
Which doesn't surprise me because
that surprises me.
France and Spain, their barreling and stuff has been really big. So I know it's been really big in the European states lately.
Have we even had any French rum?
Yes, Royer. We've had lots of French rum. I hate to break this to you, just because you can't memorize.
Where was I?
There's a lot of rums here. We don't memorize all of it, but yes.
Where was I when this took place?
And then we have one that's done like it's aged in France and like brought in.
Well, yeah, that's like those Madeiras. That's my favorite.
But yes, we've had I will do a quick search. I don't. We've had French rum.
Have we?
We've had French rum. Huh. You're deterring us from getting to number 3.
Okay. Sorry.
Nobody is happy with you right now.
We're on a time crunch.
Everybody's angry in the comments at you right now. I know you can't read them, but they are horrid. Like, oh my gosh. So, number 3. This is my personal favorite. I'm a little biased about this one, but I think this is an amazing place to be. So, at number 3, at 32.7 million liters, we have America.
No kidding.
Rounding out number 3, we're the third largest rum producer for a country in the world, and I love it. We're going for number 1.
Seriously?
We have been building craft distillers. Rum producers here has been growing. We are now the 3rd largest producer of rum in the world. America. We're doing it. Cheers. We're doing good things here. Really good things. Number 2.
Wait, you know what would be interesting to find out? Is what that number was actually back like in 2018 before we started this channel.
That would be curious. We'd have to look at
if we helped grow the rum industry that much.
I mean, this is from 2020, so really we need to see what it is in 2022 to see how much it's grown from this to that, because we really started firing off in 2020.
Oh yeah,
right. 2019 we started, but 2020 we got serious.
Oh yeah.
So. We got real serious.
It cracks me up when you say that.
We're super serious. We got serious. We are a serious rum channel. We take things very seriously.
Very serious.
We'll let you know if you're doing it wrong. The only way you're doing it wrong is if you're not drinking rum. All right. So remember, we're at 32.7 million liters. By less than a million liters, we're almost to number 2.
Almost to number 2.
Number 2, at 33.5 million liters, we've got the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
Philippines.
We're right behind the Philippines.
Right behind the Philippines.
Wow.
Yes. Pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Now, we do have a little bit of a gap between us and the number 1 spot.
The number 1?
Yeah.
Okay, so we were at what?
We were at 32.7. The next one was 33.5. How many million liters do you think that we are in difference between number 2 and number 1?
5.
5 million?
Yeah, 5
Okay.
million.
Well,
do the math in your head.
Well, if
That'd
you
be 43.
I get it. I don't know how to explain this quite frequently, but if you took the 33.5 million and you you added a 0 onto the end of it, it still wouldn't be as big as number 1.
Okay, tell us who number 1 is.
Number 1 at 356.8 million liters. For those of you who know rum, know what's coming. We have the number 1 rum producer in the world, which is unmatched, unscathed at the moment. It's India. India on the top of the rock. Nobody produces more. India loves their rum. They're notorious for it. It's a huge deal over there. I've heard it from numerous people that India loves their rum, right? And that is, we have a viewer on this show that turns in every once in a while from India, right? Very much so, so India is all about their rum, right? So they're the number 1 producer of rum by so much it's not even funny. Like all the rest of the top 5 combined aren't even close. Even if you were to combine all of us, we're still not even close.
Not going to touch that.
Yes. So that's kind of one of the things that we're just excited to see it growing, because
we are.
Because if India is doing so much more, there's so much room for growth. Like that's the growth level that's possible for us to do. Now I get it. India has more people and they've got a big space. Like they got to be doing it, but not by that much. If you look at scalability and percentage wise, like we are not ratioing this right. We have a ton of room for growth. Even if you took a per person per capita on how much rum needs to be produced to match that, Like we should not be at 33 or 32.7. We should definitely be at like
32.8.
32.8, at least 32.8. We should definitely be. I feel that we should double it. I feel we should be at 65 million.
Think so?
I think we should be at 65. I think that's because of the range of the whiskey rums and how much whiskey is drank here and all the bourbon barrel and all the different stuff that we do here. This could double. I think this is 2020, and I will be really interested to see when the new data comes out and we start seeing stuff like 2023, 2024, and we start getting a feel for what this has done in this, because we are in progression mode for rum right now. Like it is growing, expanding right now as we speak. More festivals, more distillers. You have Doc Brown's Really Bad Rum. You have craft distillers like that. You have Alfredo from Everglades White Lightning out there producing rum. And as they grow their brands right here in America, that's growing the number. That's more rum produced. We are producing more rum. So as these craft distillers get bigger and we start doing more and you guys are out there trying more, we're going to produce more. And I think we can double. I definitely think we can double.
All kinds of
I'm just
really
saying,
fantastic rum companies out there.
It's crazy. And I think that there is so much stuff going on here. And obviously, if you get to the different parts of the world, you start realizing that they're made differently, right? They're all different. Like
that, so I'm going to stop you right there. So one of the wonderful things that I feel about rum is that it is the Wild West of the liquor out there, right? So there's so many different rules and regulations from different countries. You can't do this, you can't add that, you can't do that type of thing. And we bring it all into America, and we have such a wide variety. I mean, I don't think there is another spirit out there that could bring more to the table than rum.
Definitely not.
It can capture so many different palates out there. If you haven't found a rum that you enjoy,
you just haven't found the right one. It's out there. You just gotta know where to look.
There's so many varieties out there. So many craft distillers that really give a hoot about what they're doing.
It's amazing.
Alfredo, Doc's, Just Rum, Modern Matriarch. I mean, just to name a few. There's a lot of
rum rats.
Rum rats. Oh yeah,
look at them all. Rats. Look at them all go pew pew pew. Just firing off all the rum
really
we can
good
think
rum
of.
Companies out there.
Let me just name all the rums we've reviewed real quick. See you in 45 minutes.
That's good to say.
So with that being said, you get rums that are in India. Most of them are made from molasses, and I think early stages that's been the case in America, but that's changing. Because in the Caribbean, you've got countries doing more sugarcane juice, doing more of an agricole kind of a style of rums, pot still. You're getting into that. And then I think that you get into like France and all that. I think it's more like column still, some different stuff there. But like in America, we started molasses. That's kind of where we got to. And that's because it goes really well with whiskey barreling, right? Mm-hmm. But now we're getting into authentic rum, like authentic made pot still. More of that agricole flavors. You're seeing more of it. It's developing. And so now you're going to see a mixture hitting all palates that are on the big two. Like that right now, it's leading at the forefront with these rums that are additional spiced rums, additional like rums that are used to our palates and going into wood barreling. But now you're going to see some stuff coming up of those agricole, fruity, dunder, high ester, like pot still flavors and going into that. And I think people are going to be surprised how well those take off, because cocktails, let me tell you what, guys, I've had some amazing cocktails made with these rums, and it is tremendous, absolutely tremendous.
I mean, some of the really amazing cocktails that we've recently had was from Kuliana.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Kuliana has.
Speaking of sugarcane juice rum, right? Like they're getting back to it too.
They produce their own sugar cane.
They do their own sugar cane.
I mean, the whole in
Hawaii.
I'll be putting some stuff out there later this year in May.
I have been trying to grow my own sugarcane here in Iowa for the longest time. It never gets there. It always. I know. It gets. I've had frozen sugarcane. My sugarcane pops are going well though. Very delicious.
Are they?
Very delicious. Love it. Oh, let's see here. Rum drinkers are the kings of good times. They love life and have vibrant personality, making them so much fun to have around. They are creative and experimental, and also impulsive. Yes, Rum drinkers are a lot of fun.
Very well said.
Rum
Doc.
is fun. Doc is pointing out rum drinkers are fun. It's the rum is fun category, and that's the thing is there
pretty much never know what's going to happen.
There was this threshold with rum a few years ago, and we're still breaking down the walls, but we're breaking down pretty good. Where here we're in a bubble, right? Because like we don't experience this here, but like outside of this, you go to rum events, you go into other pages, you go into other places, and there's not all of them, but there's a lot of areas where there are rum drinkers that are you're doing it wrong. You have to do it this way. This is the way that it is.
That when people tell me that, you know what, yes, Roy Air,
you're drinking your alcohol wrong.
You bought that bottle with your own money, and yet
you're doing it
wrong.
You're
doing it wrong.
And we're telling those people.
Thank you for sharing your opinion with me.
We are encouraging those people to open their minds, come hang out with us, and realize that rum is fun, and you should enjoy it the way that you like. Judgment free, and it does not matter because we're all going to have a good time, and that's what we're here for. It doesn't matter if it's got artificial flavors and coloring. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, that's fine, but you don't have to tell everyone, you know, that it's not good and that's not real rum and all of that. That doesn't help encourage rum. You need those rums because those rums right there hit most palates in the world, especially in the United States, because we're used to things that are sweetened and have flavors and whatever. So our palates are built for that. So if there's no gateway rum to get us there, you know, that's my verbiage that I'm choosing to use, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm like,
that's what I'm going to go with.
I'm not sure if we're going to get shut down or not.
I'm going to use that one, but that's the rum that's bridging people from, you know, going from, you know, these rums that are the big brand rums into craft rums, into finer rums, and these like premium rum, true premium rum products.
It's so funny too that you mentioned premium, because the one thing that I've found in doing this for a number of years now is that actually the premium rums that are out there, they actually don't put that on their bottle.
A lot of times they don't. They don't put it on.
I mean, there are some that do, and they're true to their word.
Yes.
But there's others. There's so many other rum companies that I've ran into that's like, wow, this is really good.
So fun fact, this wasn't on my list, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. And by the way, I love how many people we have on here. Welcome in. If you guys are coming in, we haven't had a chance to acknowledge you. We appreciate you coming in, and you can give us some thumbs ups. That would really help us out. That would be amazing. We would appreciate you. We love that you're here. But I actually, Steve the barman.
You a free car wash.
Roy Air's going to send it. I don't know what he's talking about. Send you a free car wash. I don't know what you're saying anymore. He just says things. Anyway, we got I learned something from Steve the barman the other day. I was listening to one of his videos, and I thought this was pretty good. He was talking about all the different types of rums, and he was like, you know, the difference between an aged rum and a gold rum. You know, do you know what it is?
What is it?
Because all gold rum is aged, right? But they don't put aged on the bottle. It's called gold, and lack for a better term, because like what he says is brown is not a great way to advertise your rum. It might look brown, but you don't say this is brown rum, because that's not going to sell bottles, right? So he was talking about this, and I thought it was really interesting because I didn't realize this, but when you look at aged rum, something you do not see very often. Now we have, right, because we're in the craft rum market, but if you're not looking specifically and you look at most brands as like 90% of brands, I'll say like over 90%, when they put aged rum on their bottle, they don't put anything less than 3. Right. Like you don't see anything aged. No. And even that is pretty rare. Like 5 years, 4 to 5 years, pretty break into when they put aged rum. Yeah. So aged rum is typically, 3, 4, 5 or plus years aged, whereas gold rum is aged, but it's under that threshold. And instead of saying it's aged for a certain amount of time, they just put gold rum on the bottle just to generalize it, kind of a thing. Yeah. So, it's one of those things. So,
Steve the barman actually has some really great videos out there.
Yeah, the education's great. I'm always picking up something from his videos.
He does a great job.
I'm always learning something over there.
Him on our show, actually.
He is part of the community. You go over there and support him.
Out. Steve, I know you're watching. I know you watch us. You're invited back.
Anytime.
Contact
or we'll
us.
come hang out with you. You just tell us what works best, and we'll just be wherever you need us to be, because we love hanging out with Steve. Yes. He is absolutely great. So much fun to hang out with, but he's got some great educational stuff, and that's where we would like to get into at some point. We do that on the lives, like, right, we talk about rum news and some of the education pieces of it, but we do a lot of reviews, like
that's the one thing about us is we're still on our rum journey.
Yeah,
we do not claim to have all the answers to everything. We will be happy to share with you our opinions.
Royer has all the answers to everything.
I'll share with you my opinions, right? I've got no qualms about that.
I love it. All right, let's catch up on some comments. I want to catch up with you guys before we fall too far behind. Alfredo says, I'm having some El Dorado Demerara rum on the rocks.
Wow.
Very nice. Very good. Mark says, I wonder how many liters are Bacardi white rum. That's a good question. I wonder, too. A lot.
That is an excellent
I'm sure
question.
It's a lot.
Like
let's be honest.
I like that.
Let's see. Greg says, that's who makes it, but who drinks the most? Ooh, I think who drinks the most rum? Who drinks the most rum, Royer? I bet it's in. I mean, I feel like India their numbers so much higher. They gotta consume the most.
It's gotta be India.
I mean, they're selling the most, so that's consuming. I feel like it's pretty close too. Like same number. I feel like it's not exporting very much. Thanks to the Kaloa Kauai cacao recommendation. I am now addicted. James,
yes,
you're welcome.
I agree.
James,
I'm trying to talk to one of our liquor stores here locally
about bringing it
bring that in.
That stuff is very good.
That is very addicting.
Glad you're getting into some chocolate rum. I just heard about another one the other day. We're going to try and get out and find some more cacao and chocolate rums.
Yes.
Those have really been exploding this last year, and they've been a lot of fun. My drink tonight is a Chandra cocktail. It's called the Pet Shop Eyes. Not sure why that's the name, but he posted it on the Facebook group page. So
awesome.
Greg's got another cocktail in the Facebook group. You can check out that link down below. We got the Facebook group, Just Drinking After Hours. Make sure you find that down there along with the other links there. We got a few different links that you can check out, but the Facebook group's always a great way to find some extra stuff outside of the show.
Yep.
Roger says Uncle John's Cut and Pepsi is tonight's drink. Woo! They go hefty.
Wow.
Hefty in the Pepsi. Got some hefty Pepsi.
So I found the best way that I enjoy Uncle John's Cut
mojito
is I enjoy it with just a little bit of pineapple juice, a little bit of like a light colored pop to give it a little bit of a fizz, and a little bit of grenadine.
That's pretty good. I've had that. You've made that here before. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that is. And I'm not a fruity type drink guy, but
he's a fruity guy, not a fruity drink guy.
But I do enjoy that.
Love it. Jeremy says I've got some Dorley's XO in my glass tonight. Jeremy's going high end. I love it.
Dorley's yet.
I know we've never had Dorley's. Can you believe that? Of all the rums we've never had, like we've
not had Dorley's.
We've had a couple chances. But usually by the time we've come across it, we've had a lot of different rums. And so we're not in a place to like try Dorley's for the first time. I take that back. We haven't reviewed it or anything. I had a Dorley's. My first Dorley's was actually Rob from Rob's Rum Guide at the Miami Rum Renaissance Festival. He has a bar, his own personal bar.
2019.
And he had that was this year.
This year?
And he had a Dorley's. A fine Dorley's there. I don't remember which one. Again, it was late in the day. Rum Festival. So that's awful. I probably should have wrote that down. But I did have a Dorley's, and I remember liking it.
It may not have even happened.
It happened.
Maybe not. Don't really know.
What happens at Rum Fest, we try to remember as much as we can and bring it back. That's the story of Rum Fest, right? Doc says, rum is without a doubt the most underappreciated spirit. When one thinks of manly, sophisticated classic drinks, rum is rarely on the list, which is true.
That is true, very, very true. For some odd reason. So, it's kind of funny. When this country was founded, the rum was actually the drink of choice, right? And then all of a sudden, everything happened, and we couldn't get the sugar cane anymore, and taxation and all this type of stuff. So we decided, hey, we got corn here. We'll make our own whiskeys and bourbons and that sort of thing. And so then it kind of switched over. And somehow or another, in that stream of things, I think it became manly to drink bourbons and whiskeys.
Yep.
And
rum became the sweet, like sugary thing that in America
back seat.
That was lighter and everything,
really?
But not anymore. It punches now. We have so many rums that are over the 50% mark and in the high 40s, and they produce and they make, and we have rums that are so tasty and yummy. And it's not just because they're it is a manly drink, and you can make so many cocktails with it. I'm a rum guy to the end. I'm gonna tell you what, if pirates can be as tough and cool as they are and they drink rum, I'm just saying that's about as manly as it gets for me. Yep. So I'm cool with that. I'm comfortable with that. I keep trying to grow my beard longer so I can have a pirate like alias. I got to get there though. It's got a long ways to go. Let's see here. Do you think the rum industry will become like bourbon, allocated bottles and overpriced bottles? No. No, I don't. And I don't because you would have already seen it. I feel like you would have already seen, like, you look at the big companies, and I'm not talking about like the two big ones, right? Like I'm talking about companies like Diplomatico and Mount Gay and some of those companies, right? They would have already been pricing up the premium market because those would have been like your premium style rums that would have been able to do it. And them keeping in that $30 to $40 price point, that's the level. Like until you see because what'll happen is some company will try to do it. Okay. They're going to come in and they're going to be like, and they do. There's these rums out here. But if a company solely has, and they try to come in and say it's $120 for this bottle of rum, people aren't going to buy it, and they're not going to buy it.
Not anybody. There's going to be some people who will buy it.
But when you can get a premium rum experience that's made nicely, done right, that is like tasty to your palate, because rum is so versatile, that $120 bottle of rum, let's say that you are a whiskey barrel type rum drinker, but that bottle is cane juice and pot stilled, and it's $120 and you spend $120 on it, you will never spend that $120 again. But you'll try it in the $30 to $40 price range, right? Because that's not that big of a bank account hit.
If you look at it this way, and this stick with me on this. Thank goodness for those big name brands, because those big name brands are actually going to keep that price down on these other brands.
You got to compete for it.
This is all a competitive market. Everybody wants to sell their rum. Okay. And there's a lot of really good craft distillers out there that are trying to make a name for themselves. They've got the best products out there. They actually care about what they're putting out. Now, they could be asking for a higher price mark, but actually the big couple of rum companies that are out there, they're actually helping keep the price down, because you're looking at $25 a bottle for a 750 milliliter bottle. You're looking at around that $25 mark. And so anything above that is, people are going to look at and be like, wow, $30, $32, $36, $40, is it really going to be worth that? And, so there's that struggle between, people spending their hard-earned money. But if Captain and Bacardi start deciding, what, we're going to start raising the price up.
Everybody will raise
the price up. Everybody else will also raise their price up.
It just won't happen though, because they've got their niche and how they make their dollars. You're never going to see it go up, because as soon as they go up and they start matching price points of premium rum and craft rum, they lose. Like, people will just pick other rum instead, which is why it'll never happen. Because if you have Bacardi or Captain Morgan hit the same price point as something like one of these craft distillers, like hitting $30 or $35,
they've just lost.
You're just going to pick the one that's better.
Yeah, they have just lost. Bacardi and
their niche is that they are inexpensive.
Captain, if they start raising up their price and the craft distillers keep their price at that same mark that they're at, Captain and Bacardi just lost the battle.
Yeah. So I personally, if we see it, it's not for a long ways out. Like, it's not going to happen for a long time. And I don't foresee it happening at all, personally. Okay. Now for something completely different. 10 reasons to date the girl who drinks rum. We should write that article. Why is that not an article? Should definitely. She's more fun. She's smart. Obviously, she's educated. Okay.
Obviously.
She's cooler than everyone else. So you can take her to pirate festivals. I've already got like 4 reasons. I barely got started here. I didn't even have to think very hard. Way better. Let's see. She's always down for a good time. Did somebody say celebrate? She's not just the life of the party. She is the party.
Yep.
Love it. I love it.
Boy,
Doc's just got a bunch going. You got all his reasons loaded in here that you can read. So Sahil says Bumbu XO versus regular Bumbu.
What is our opinion?
What's our opinion?
Okay, you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
They're very different. They're very different. If you like Bumbu, that doesn't mean you're going to like Bumbu XO, right? XO is more of a traditional. They got into their premium market with it, whereas Bumbu is more of that sweeter flavored banana caramel kind of flavor. It's more of a flavored rum versus a premium rum kind of aspect to it. So here's my take. As far as a rum that I'm going to pour on ice or mix into anything or be that fun party rum, Bumbu is the way to go. The original is phenomenal. It's tasty. Yes, it's got added flavor, but it's easy. It's so delicious, right? But in a traditional like rum and Coke cocktail, sophisticated cocktail, Bumbu XO will take it because it does give you that more traditional feel. It's very yummy, tasty, longer.
I feel like
it's not as sugary.
I feel like you're dancing around this subject. Which one would you go for?
I mean, which one do I like them both for two different reasons, but I probably pick the regular Bumbu because I can drink it on its own or mixed.
I'm thinking that's what they're asking.
You know, Bumbu XO I don't like on its own. I just don't. I think it's missing.
So this is where we differ.
I mean, when's the last time you had Bumbu XO on its own though?
Well, last time I had the bottle.
Yeah, well, it's what I'm saying. Because in our video, you didn't like it. Don't forget. In our video, you didn't like it.
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. But you haven't had it in a long time. So I'm just saying, you can't.
I disagree.
You can't say you like it.
Finish that bottle.
I'm just saying. Did you drink it on its own or mixed in a Coke?
I drank it on its own.
I don't believe you. Prove it or it didn't happen.
Prove it or it didn't happen. I want to see the video.
I want to see the video footage of you drinking this rum. I don't believe you. Okay, I'm just saying.
Whatever.
I love it.
Who is it that asked that question?
That was Sahil Mohan.
Thank you for asking.
Appreciate the question. It was a good question. Let's see here.
Doc is on.
Doc's got his list going here.
Man,
I have Dorley's in the basement, but haven't opened it yet. Maybe soon. Yeah, you got to try it. I mean, I've heard really great things. We need to be trying.
Greg, you're gonna have to let us know how you like Dorley's.
I'm just saying. James O'Connor says just ordered Ron Zacapa XO, $90 from Pennsylvania State Store. Do you still have the $8 coupon? You need it, right? It gets expensive, James. It does. It does. I apologize it took us so long to get to this freaking comment because you guys are commenting. You're amazing and we love it. But like, just the Ron Zacapa XO is a great rum.
It is a great rum.
It was.
I wish I only paid $90.
It was our number 2 rum of the year,
and
this year, and it was phenomenal.
It's a phenomenal rum.
Zacapa makes some great rums. This is a Solera rum, right? So it's not a traditional blended rum. It's a Solera rum, Solera blended, and it is so well done, so tasty.
It's just delicious.
This is one of those premium rums that are high dollar, right? But I think it's worth it. And you're gonna see rums in that high dollar price range.
All about the experience.
But the range is so much here that you can find rum for $8 with we found rum for $9 with an $8 coupon. So $1 all the way to you can spend thousands of dollars on rum, right? Like it's a huge spectrum. But the majority of where rum is breaking in is in that $40 or less. Price point.
$30 to $40.
I wouldn't say 30 to 40 is where I find the best value, but it's breaking in 40 or less. Like if you are under $40, you are in the highest point of where rum is being tried right now. Because
I would agree with that.
Because people are willing to throw down $30, $40 or $25 to try something new. And if it doesn't go well, they can live with that. Right. And so there's so much of it happening. It's in such a developmental mode right now. Let's see here. Greg says there are some very high priced bottles of rum, but I can't afford them. Us either. I mean, really, we are fortunate enough that because of you guys and because of everything that we are able to get some of them. But obviously we don't make anything from this. This all goes back in to help get us to places to meet distillers, to help bring stuff in. All the rum club stuff coming in, that stuff goes to getting more rum out to the rum club, right? So like that,
we really don't get anything out of
like
that.
We really don't. We're not really in this for the money. If we were, we'd be really bad at it. So it's just one of those.
This is not a financial channel.
This is just something that we really feel passionate about, that we really care about, and someday I think we'll get there. Someday I hope so.
One of the things, when we started this, and we discovered some of these craft distillers, we discovered that there's more than just those big name brands, which I hate to even say them out loud because they don't need more advertisement.
Cooliana.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna talk about some of the
Doc Brown's really bad rum.
Just Rum.
Those huge rum companies.
Okay, so those are the ones that we
Everglades
love,
White Lightning
that we love talking about, because those are the ones that really care about the product, and we discovered that early on in our journey of this rum experience that we're having, and because we started out with some of the big name brand stuff, and then we found some of the craft distillers, and it was like, oh wow, there is a big difference.
Yes.
Here, huge difference in the quality and the flavor and the texture and the feel. And you know what? I can drink this till 2 a.m. and I can wake up at 6 o'clock and I don't want to just die.
Yeah. And it's better experience. It absolutely is.
Complete, better, different experience all the way around.
So I love this. Lee's coming in. Another hat, another bottle. I'm going to tell you what, Royer has his shirts and I've got my flat bills. That's just the way it is. I think every rum company needs a flat bill because
I need to have shirts.
No, I wear, they don't make enough flat bills because I'm a bald guy and I'm always in a hat.
What? You're a bald guy?
Always.
I never noticed.
I know, because I'm always in a hat.
Huh?
Always. You won't notice because I'm always in a hat. You all need flat bills. I will sport them all. I guarantee it. I'll put you on a bunch of videos. I will wear it around festivals. I will just be in it because, one, I don't care what anybody else thinks. If I'm at a rum festival where the rum company I'm wearing isn't even there or they are there, I don't care. They gave me a flat bill. Give me a flat bill if you want me to wear a flat bill. Like, you did it wrong. Like, you gotta get me a hat. I'm just saying. Let's see here. It's extra sad if you get an expensive bottle and you don't like it. It's hard.
It is.
It's hard.
It is.
So I'll tell you my experience. It's not in rum because it didn't happen to me in rum, but I was a bourbon drinker before I got into rum. And
You're a recovered bourbon.
I'm a recovered bourbon drinker. And I went out one day after a really big moment in my life. I had was winning, had a good day. And I went out and I decided I was going to get a winning bottle of whiskey to celebrate. And I went out. And you got to remember, I was early on in my bourbon drinking, and I went out and I bought a bottle, and a lot of people love it, but it's Colonel Taylor, right? So I bought this. It comes in a tube. It's like $75 here. To me, that's really expensive. Again, I still think that's kind of an expensive bottle. I don't spend that on alcohol very often.
Anything.
And I went out and I got that, and I poured it, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it on its own. I didn't like it on ice. I didn't like it in a cocktail. I couldn't find a way to drink it. I ended up giving it away to one of my buddies. Some of you are probably watching this that drink whiskey, and you're like, "What? What is the matter with you?" But again, my palate just wasn't there. And then I went out and spent all this money, and that's why stay in the spectrum of like $30-$40, like so you don't have to feel as bad. Like if it ends up not going well, you don't have to eat it so hard, right? Like it's okay. So it's just a lot of fun to be able to try a lot of different stuff at more of a budget friendly area. Makes it fun. Let's see here. Sahil says top 3 gateway rums with to mix under $40 that you would recommend to others that are readily available everywhere. Oh my goodness. This is a loaded question. We're coming in hard. Wow. So we're talking three gateway rums. And available everywhere is hard because in the United States, we have controlled states.
Yeah.
So really, you're talking about the big brands when you're talking about everywhere most of the time. Like that's a lot of it. It's hard.
Define everywhere. I mean, to me, everywhere you could order it online. It would be available, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, there's a lot of rums out there. This one actually comes to mind right here.
But it's not available everywhere.
But I think you can. I think you can have it mailed.
All right. Well, I'm having I'm going to take a second to think about your question because it's a hefty question, and then I'm going to wrap into it a little bit. Some gateway rums that are going to get you there.
Okay. While you're picking out,
you can go ahead if you got it.
So here's the thing. So we were talking. We're kind of continuously talking about bourbons and whiskeys and this type of thing. So I happened across a little bit of news that I'm not sure that everybody has run into. But I thought it was interesting and a little sad and maybe a little scary. So it kind of checks a lot of boxes, right? But I'm not sure if anybody's out there seen this. So I'm just going to read the title of this article. Whiskey fungus fed by Jack Daniels and crust a Tennessee town.
What?
Yep.
What does that mean?
So what that means, and if you read this article, it goes on to explain that. Let me find the right terminology here. Basically, the ethanol from the barrel houses at this Tennessee town has created this black fungus that is growing literally everywhere. It's quite literally covering up the street signs. So it attaches itself to street signs. They actually have to go out. They were cleaning the street signs, okay, but they have given up on that, and they just literally replace the street signs now. Is what they're doing, so that they can, keep going, I guess. But so the town is trying to take them to court, and this is becoming a huge thing. So Jack Daniels has built 6 warehouses known as barrel houses to age whiskey in the rural country or county, which is home to about 35,000 residents, and is building the 7th on a property that has room to house one more. A company spokesperson said the distillery has asked the county to rezone a second property where it could build 6 additional barrel houses. So, this town in Tennessee is really up against a big name brand. And, I kind of feel like the big name brand should be actually looking into this. So, is there, some of the things that I'm not going to read the whole article to you. There's a couple of different articles out there that discuss this a little bit. I'm just going to say this is another reason that maybe you should be thinking about rum.
Valid point right there.
That's where the rum news is coming from, is actually from a whiskey perspective.
I love it. So I'm going to hit this question that we come back to, and I see there's a follow-up with it and some things after. So I'm going to move through pretty quick. So make sure if you guys are watching right now, you're still in the video or you just hopped in, we love the thumbs ups. It helps us a ton.
Please.
If you give us a thumbs up, it means the world to us, and it helps us reach more people. So I just want to put that reminder out there as you guys are watching. It does help us a ton. But Sahil asked, top 3 gateway rums to mix under $40 that you would recommend that are readily available everywhere. And then he said, would the top 3 change if the person you're trying to convert is a whiskey or a beer drinker? So I'm going to start with your second question. Yes, it's always going to be different, because when people ask me what are the rums I should try, I never answer them right away. I always the first question I ask is, what do you normally drink? So when they tell me, I can relay that to, hey, okay, you're somebody that likes wine,
flavor.
Then I'm going to go with like stuff that's in cognac. Maybe you're a brandy drinker. I'm going to get some cognac barrels, port barrels, some stuff like that. Maybe some French rum, right? If you're somebody that is liking whiskey, I'm going to get some bourbon barrels, some whiskey barreled stuff, some stuff like that. And it's always going to be different, just depending on what you tell me that you normally like. Now, that being said, here are 3.5 rums that I think
3.5
everyone should try to develop their palate. That's how I'm going to put this. Are you ready?
Okay.
3.5 rums.
Fair enough.
That I think.
I'll see if I agree with
3.5 rums. I think everyone should try to develop their palate. So, number 1 is a little company that we have heard from. We've gotten to work with a little bit, that I think does a good job of making some inexpensive rum and some fun rums along the way. And that is Barcelo. That's a good choice. Makes some fun rums. It's kind of like that next step up. If you're looking for a next step up rum, that's like you're getting beyond the big brands, you're trying to get into some different stuff. It's a little bit different, but not too different where you're being crazy. Barcelo makes a great series of products. Their Imperial and their Imperial Onyx are phenomenal. The Añejo is a super inexpensive rum that is great. More woody oaky char flavor, and it's super cheap. Inexpensive. So these are just really great rums for getting a next step up from regular rum. So that's where I always tell people you should start. It's a good place to start. Okay. Number 2 on my list of rums that I think everybody should try, no matter where you're at, to develop your palate. You should get into some Appleton Estate.
Yeah.
This is where you're going to start learning about Jamaican funk, pot still, different flavors. You may not love
this
it right
is
away.
Such an educational journey you're taking us
yes,
on, Robert.
It is. I'm taking you around the world.
Goodness.
Around the world. So Appleton Estate is a great one to get like that Jamaican funk pot still flavors out of, and it will develop your palate really far so that in other rums you can start picking out those flavors and really like them. Now, that being said, we didn't like Appleton Estate the first time we got into it.
You should see our first Appleton Estate.
You can go back and find that in the garage, right?
That was a long time ago.
My eyes burned. Like it was tough. It was tough, but it was so big for my palate development. It was a really, really good deal. Now, agricole rums can be very difficult to get into. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a category of its own. If you're going to get into agricole rum, you want to make sure that you do this the right way. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's not many people that are going to disagree with me right now that the best possible way for you to get into agricole rum is to start with the easiest agricole rum possible, which in my opinion is rum babanku. And this is the 15. And I would recommend the 15. I think this is a tremendous agricole rum. It is so easy to drink, and it is not overly crazy with the agricole flavors that it gives you a chance to sample them without going over the top. And any of the rum babanku will
open the door just a little bit and says, this is what agricole.
And if you're wondering why I'm saying babanku, that's how they say it in Haiti. But Barbancourt, if you're looking for Barbancourt, like it is, it's just one of those things that you should try. You should get into it. Now for the half. Okay. Because this isn't really a rum. This is
where are we going?
This is an entire brand.
Really?
This brand has such an array of flavors of different things happening that is so universal, and it is easily acceptable or easily found, I should say.
I wonder if I could possibly know who you might be talking
to. You might. Huh. Mostly because I set them up behind me and I know you were looking at it. So
actually I wasn't.
Don't lie to me, Roy Air. We're on camera. Everyone can see you lying.
Yeah,
but
okay, well, you could have just grabbed that one.
But I think that everybody should go out and find themselves some plantation products. Yes. And I think Greg had mentioned it as well in here. Plantation rums are very versatile. There's a ton of different flavors and kinds. This is the smoky pineapple. The Stiggins Fancy Original is just the pineapple. They're not sweet. They are deep flavored, roasted flavors. Pot still is a little bit in it, but not heavily. So maybe you don't like Appleton Estate. Start with a plantation rum. Start with an easy plantation rum. Like go get yourself a Stiggins Fancy or the smoky formula Stiggins Fancy and go start there and start working in those flavors. You're going to love it. It's a great way to develop your palate. So that's me.
So that's a really good assortment of products. I think that, the thing that we all need to keep in mind is that, the question was originally asked that they're available everywhere.
Which is, nothing is really available everywhere.
So
besides the big brands.
That's why you pick some of the bigger brands.
So yes, exactly. Right. Like these are more accessible than craft rums. Like craft rums are going to be in select areas or ordered online. It's going to be a little harder to find. But these rums are going to be more easily to find, or at least one or two of them, no matter where you are.
Because there's so many really good products out there. That we've encountered. It just takes a little bit more searching and looking to get those products. That's one of the reasons that we do what we do. Is so that we can try and inform and educate and make you aware of these other products that are out there that are available that you may never have heard about before. We're continuously, believe it or not, we are continuously looking for different products and testing different products. Some of them are good, some of them not so good.
We are product testers.
Yeah.
We're testing stuff.
Cheers.
I highly recommend it. I love it. Fred says Plantation makes some awesome rums and he's never had one he doesn't like. I love that. Again, they've got a huge array.
Yeah, they do.
Lots to like about them.
Yeah, but somebody's other point is that it's another big name brand. Plantation is kind of a bigger name brand. They do have a lot of different expressions out there, a lot to offer. And I think that, they're a little bit bigger, so they're a little bit more available, this sort of thing.
Yeah. So I want to point out some comments here as we're rolling through. So Stephen Bell from Rum Rats is in the chat.
What?
Welcome, Steven.
Steven's here.
I see you, Steven.
Where's he at?
He's over there.
Oh yeah,
over right there in the screen.
Hey, Steven.
Steven's here from Rum Rats. Wants to come for a visit. Let's make it happen. Steven,
we can do that.
You're welcome anytime. You let us know.
We'll
have you in the bar, and we will let you try one of our 200 plus rums that we have sitting around because we have a lot of rums. So
you can try one of each.
You got to try one of each while you're here. It's going to be a whole time. We'll have a good time.
Set aside,
we would love
20 minutes or so.
20 minutes. 200 rums in 20 minutes.
Go.
That's going to be on camera. That's going to be a whole video.
Set, go.
200 rums in 20 minutes. That's definitely going to be a video.
Yep.
I think I can get you a black heart hat. Nice. I'll wear it. I'll do it. Oh, it'll bring up a lot of good stories. What a good talking point.
Good.
I'll wear it.
Oh,
I love it.
Who put that down?
Greg did. I love it. So Doc's got some facts in there I'm checking out. Roger Ham says whiskey funds is prevalent in Scotland and Ireland near distilleries. Yeah. Or fungus. Yes, fungus. Sorry, whiskey fungus. So, yeah.
So just keep that in mind, all you whiskey drinkers out there.
Watch out for that.
You know,
rum doesn't have that.
No,
I'm just saying. David, heyo, David with Just Rum here. Nice to see you guys, David. We're glad you're here. Glad you could make it. Glad you're on the show. We got the sign sporting up above there, the Just Rum sign. So we're glad that you're here. We're glad you're enjoying some rum with us tonight. Let's see here. Plantation makes some awesome rum. 200 rums in 20 minutes equals liver failure. You might be right, Fred. It might happen, but this is the kind of thing that we do for you, okay? This isn't for our enjoyment.
No.
We're working hard.
Strictly an educational channel.
We got to see what happens.
is talking to us.
Got to see what happens. So, I love it. Buddy, I'll try my absolute best. 200 rums is a slow night for an northern Irishman.
I was gonna say,
let's go. Exactly. That's my kind of guy. Challenge accepted. Let's go.
Let's go.
We'll have a fun night.
Is that all you have?
That only 200. I love it. I love that. That's really funny.
Yeah, I mean, where do you go from there?
The last person to challenge me to a drinking endeavor. I won't name any names. Not mention any names, but I had a gentleman try to keep up with me, and by the end of the night, he was stumbling into his hotel room. And more power to him, man. I wasn't trying to make him do anything, and I woke up like about 5 a.m., got a workout in.
Went to the gym, right?
Went to the gym. I was great. He was a little rough the next day, a little rough. And that's you know what? I'm not trying to. We drink a lot of rum here. It's kind of part of the job. It's what we do. So, but we like to have a lot of fun. Doc's out of here. Good to see you, Doc. Glad that you could be here. Take care. Man. Hopefully,
be in touch.
Hopefully, Mrs. Doc is still here because then we don't have to worry about it. It's really not a big loss then. So.
Well, Mrs. Doc might have to drive him home.
Oh, that's
He's
true.
Leaving the bar.
That's true. Doc's heading out. Doc's leaving the bar. Let's see here.
We love you, man.
200 rums in 20 minutes. Spit or swallow. You swallow. You have to. No, you don't. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do it. This is not advice. No. We're not telling you what to do.
Bad idea. This is not a challenge. No, do not. Oh, my God.
I love it. Steven's inviting us to Ireland. I'm going to tell you what. I would love the chance to be in Ireland. I've always wanted to go.
We actually have a huge following on our Facebook.
We do. We have a pretty big following on the Facebook group.
Out of Ireland.
Out of Ireland for our channel. I have always wanted to go there. Yes. My heritage is back there. That's why I get.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I get excited when I hear. I've always wanted to go there.
But you get excited when you go to Des Moines.
That's true. That is true. I do get excited when I go to Des Moines.
All right.
Well, exciting times. It's the capital. We're going to the state capital. It's amazing. I love it. Mrs. Doc is still here.
Oh, yeah.
She's drinking the rum. Yes. See? Somebody has to. She's being a champ. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
She's always drinking the rum. I love it. I love it. Oh, goodness. So, I'm so glad you guys are here. So, we're in the last couple minutes. I did put it in here. I have more rum news. I'll just carry it over into next week. But I'm going to get this last one out here. I want to tell you guys a little bit about Blackstrap rum. Just a little bit. I thought this was an interesting.
Who's Blackstrap rum?
Who's Blackstrap rum? Blackstrap. It's Blackstrap rum. So I got into this little bit of a rabbit hole. Thanks, Steve the barman, for the help with that. Of talking about rums and different kinds. So sugarcane molasses grades come in U.S. grade A or U.S. fancy, U.S. grade B or U.S. choice, or U.S. grade C, which is the U.S. standard, right? So there's like these three different ones of grades of molasses that they're going through. So with Blackstrap molasses, I'm not sure if that it's just so it's basically. I'm pulling it up here. So it gets into Blackstrap molasses has been cooked the longest. It's the longest cooked, right? So it's at the end of the process. Not overcooked, but it usually gives it a little bit more bitterness. So people think Blackstrap, and sometimes they might get the wrong impression, but the Blackstrap rum has been cooked the longest, which means that it is the most heavily caramelized. So that's what makes it a little bit thicker, right? It's got a little bit more thickness to it.
Like my biscuits.
But it has, like your biscuits that are burnt, black. Yes, Blackstrap biscuits is what Roy Air makes. I'm gonna start calling them that. You make them for the holidays. Thanksgiving comes around, and we get Blackstrap biscuits.
Yeah, baby.
Don't encourage that. But Blackstrap molasses contains higher vitamin and mineral content as compared to all the other types of molasses, since it has been concentrated the most by 3 boilings. So it goes through these boilings, goes through 3 boilings. Wow. It's the longest cooked, and it makes it a little bit more bitter, has a little bit more bitterness to it, but it's thicker, has that caramelized, so there is some sweetness to it, but it does have that bitterness to it, which is why I think people see Blackstrap rum, and sometimes it's easy to think sweet, but you're going to get a little bit more bitterness with it because of that extra cooking. So I put it in here. I wanted to make sure it was in the video because I put it on there that we were going to talk about it.
Robert.
I know. I'm just here to help you guys learn a little bit more about rum so that you can understand what you're picking up. I know. You guys got to know what you're buying on the shelf. This stuff is important.
Everybody, now, write to Congressman. Get them to contact PBS. Bring us on live. We'd love to be on your PBS channel.
You know what the best part of this is, guys? Everybody listening right now, listen up. Listen up. Great point right now, okay? Anybody who comes and watches this video after the fact, okay? So this goes on YouTube and people sit there and they go through and they see the headline, right? This is why I try to hit the headlines early, because they click on the video for the headline and somebody's going to see, oh, he's talking about Blackstrap rum. And they're going to click on the video. And it's going to take 60 minutes for them to get to the part that they clicked on the video for, which is a very long time. And I'm not trying to irritate people. I'm not trying to irritate them. So that's on me. It's in the end of the video. It's my bad. But we're here now. This is what's happening. This is where we're at.
This whole way we could have covered that
I know. And I have more stuff about it. Just real quick, power facts. Very thick, darker colored, bitter taste juice remaining after the maximum extraction of sugar from the raw product. Extracted during the 3rd stage of boiling. Cannot be categorized into further groups. Highly concentrated in vitamins and minerals. Very thick texture. Bitter in comparison to other types, right? I think I covered most of it. I have these notes. I'm just hitting my power notes. This is my school.
Very well done.
School project, Robert over here, just doing his school project and getting it all in. So
very
you're welcome.
Done. You did good.
Thank you. I'm gonna hit some comments here, Roy, unless you have anything else.
No. I mean, I think you covered it all.
Okay. I'm gonna hit some comments here at the end before we wrap up. I want to catch up on some of these because you guys have been so amazing in the comments and we appreciate them. I'm not gonna leave it hanging. So let's see what we got here going on. Come to Let's see. That's because you can get Krispy Kremes in Des Moines. That's true, Greg. You can get Krispy Kremes in Des Moines. You can't get those here. It's so sad. Steven says, we're going to host a rum festival in Ireland in a castle with Don Carlos Exteville 2024. Seamus, Jason, Stevie B from the Rum Rats. I'm pronouncing probably some of this wrong. Pizla, you're right. Maybe. Pizla Distillery and The Edge from U2. Get your passports, lads. Oh my god.
I already have mine.
I gotta get mine.
I already have mine.
That's incredible.
I'll go.
2024. We're gonna need some details.
Yeah, Steve.
That sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah,
okay. We'll talk.
Okay.
We're gonna talk.
We need to get you at the bar here.
Yes.
And I believe we're gonna be meeting up with you in Chicago.
Yes. We're gonna be meeting up in Chicago. Bring the facts. We'll bring ourselves and we'll figure some stuff out.
Conversation.
We might need to figure that one out.
I have to have this one over.
That's pretty cool. Gonna need a presentation to pitch the wives. So love it. We're going to Ireland. It's not Chicago. It's not Miami. We're going to be in Ireland. It's basically the same thing. It's just a little further flight.
Yeah, let's.
So Greg says we're saying that we're clickbait. Yes, you're right. I mean,
wow.
Royer's picture is
feel
clickbait.
Really cheap now, Greg.
Jeremy's saying, "Ooh, rum festival in Ireland. As long as one of us wins the lottery, by then we can all afford to go, right?
Exactly.
Everybody." We just have this commitment that if somebody on this channel wins the lottery, we can all meet up at the Rum Fest. Just help us all get there.
Yes.
And we'll all drink a lot of rum. I know I'm trying, but they won't let me win. I don't know why. It seems unreasonable.
I buy a ticket, like every so often.
I'm just saying. Seems unreasonable. All right. That's it. We're out of here, guys. It's after 8. We ran 5 minutes late because you guys are worth it, and we love you. You guys are amazing. You guys make the show. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, it does help us out. Thank you for all the comments and interactions. Those interactions are what lets people know that people are checking out rum. Same with our review videos. You guys getting on there and interacting with that is what lets people know that people are interested.
Everybody enjoyed the one that we posted today.
Yes, and so we had a good one today. We always have new videos every week. We're always here on Wednesdays most of the time, right? Most of the time we're here. We're getting ready for Chicago Rum Fest in April. It's going to be a fun time.
22nd.
Rum Rats is going to be there. Alfredo Pena from
be there. Everglades White Lightning.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we do have some extra cool things happening this month that the Rum Club knows about that you guys will get to see eventually. But we have some cool things happening. So the Rum Club got let in on that little secret ahead of time. So we have some cool stuff happening right now. And so we just really appreciate you guys and all the support. It's what allows us to keep growing and doing more stuff. We're going to keep finding ways to keep doing this and putting as much as we can into it. We appreciate the heck out of you guys. And I hope you guys are enjoying some great rums, staying healthy, being amazing. And we love every single one of you and can't tell you how much we appreciate you. With that, Royer, let's get everybody home safe.
Always drink responsibly. Never drink and drive. And no rums were harmed during the making of this video.
Not at all. We'll see you next time, guys.
Take care.